All right, guys, it's Wednesday and it's time for us to start with math. So once you get into your Pear Deck link, go ahead and click on how you're feeling today. Feeling pretty good still, and I'm excited about this lesson, so it should be fun. Got a little surprise for you. All right, so this will be your third day doing this on Pear Deck. Hopefully it's going okay. If you notice, this one we have a subtraction problem, so don't forget to put this on a number line, okay, and show your work. So if you notice with these numbers, it's kind of a cool thing. So if you look, you've got 321, and we are jumping to 400. Oops, how do I start a new one? There we go. 423. So if you look at this from 321 to 423, you could start with a big jump of 100. What would that get you if you started with a big jump of 100? And don't forget to do your ballpark estimate either. So work on that. Good luck with that one. Sorry, moving my tools. Okay, so your next one, tell the time. I think you guys will be good to go on that. This one's getting a little tricky because that minute hand's getting into the danger zone. So watch out on that one and then think about how else you could say that time. It's 10 till what? Okay. Then we have geometry. Name a shape that has 6 sides. You guys should be rocking that one by now. Quick math facts, use your strategies, okay, especially with subtraction, okay? Pay attention, notice what do you have? This one might be a doubles. This one you can jump up, put it on a number line in your head. So start at 8, jump up 2 to 10, and then 5, and then you're just basically doing a jump of 2 and 5, which gets you, you'll have to tell me what that gets you, okay? Next up, this one's going to be kind of new. So far you've had all of the numbers and hopefully you've been practicing because today we want you to add in the numbers. So this would be 3, 6. Then when you start a new one, you would put that one as a 9. You can either, I don't think you can move these boxes. Well, maybe you can. Nope. Yeah. Look, I was just able to move that box. Hadn't been able to do that before, okay? Or you can draw those numbers. Don't choose blue. It's going to be very hard to see. So 15, my next one would be, hopefully you said 18. That mark's going to be way too big. Forgot to change the size on my drawing tool. Remember, you want to make these so that we can read them, okay? So 15, 18. 8s are hard. Nailed it. Okay. 21, this one would be, you're going to have to tell us what that one would be. Okay. And then continue on. Tomorrow, there's going to be even more numbers missing. So hopefully you got that count by 3s down. All right. You know what this is. Get ready, guys. Get up. Do some jumping jacks. Guess what we're working on today? Fractions. Fractions. You're going to rock it, okay? Naming fractions more than halves, thirds, and fourths, okay? So let's take a look. Remember, when you're looking at a fraction, this is 1/2 or 1 out of 2 parts. And then when you look at this next box on the bottom, that one's broken into 4 parts. So one piece would be 1 out of 4 pieces, okay? So on this one, before you get going, really look at it. Make sure you're doing exactly what you need to do. Okay, read through it so you know what your directions are. So with this, it says partition the shape to show 4 equal pieces. I'm going to use my line tool for that one. And you see your mom's texting me. Okay, and I'm going to choose, I'll just keep it black, but I'm going to split this into 4 equal pieces to start with. Okay. Pretty equal. Ah, I did not want that one to happen. Got it. Okay. So then after you've done that, underneath it says use a different color to split the rectangle into 8 equal pieces. So think about how you might do that, guys. So if I have 4 pieces and I wanted to make it into 8 pieces, I could basically take my line and split it straight across. And now each one of these fourths now became an eighth. So let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. If you wanted to be a real champ, you could go through and label each piece. So this would be 1 out of, ooh, those 8s are tricky, 8 pieces. This one would be 1 out of 8 pieces. Okay, so show us, make sure you're using different colors so we can see how you were splitting it into fourths and then how you split that rectangle into eighths. Okay, moving on. The first set of your directions says to partition the shape to show 3 equal pieces or thirds. So I'm going to go to my line tool again. I'm going to start with red. So thirds are trickier, guys, remember? So I'm going to split it by showing thirds. Okay, pretty equal. And then the next part says use a different color to split the rectangle into 6 equal pieces. So now, there's a punctuation mistake. Now I'm going to take this, and if I have 3 pieces, how could I draw one line to show 6 equal pieces? I'm going to do it like this. If this is what you were thinking, you were right on. Okay? If you want to go above and beyond, go ahead and label those. So each piece, look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So each piece would be 1 out of 6. That means this piece would be 1 out of 6. So if this was a giant pan of brownies, which I know a lot of you guys have been doing a lot of baking at home, you could split that whole pan of brownies into 6 equal pieces. And if you were just eating one piece, that would be 1 of those 6 pieces. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So on to the next one. All right, so now we're going to be partitioning a circle instead of a rectangle. So think about how that might work. Again, look at all of your directions. So if you partition the shape to show 4 equal pieces. Now remember, when you do this, okay, you can't partition this shape like this. Think about why this does not work for showing 4 equal pieces. Because does this piece look as equal to this piece? It sure doesn't. So don't partition your shape, your circle especially, that way into fourths. Be careful of that. Okay? But you can partition it like so. Okay? So once you've shown your partition of fourths with one color, drop down and check out the directions, and it says use a different color to partition the circle into 8 equal pieces. So I'm going to grab my orange. Think about how you might do this, guys. So if I have 4 pieces, well, I know the double for 4 is 8. So if I take and cut each one of these pieces in half, okay, this 1/4 became 2 pieces. So if I cut each piece in half like this, let's count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal pieces. Okay? Go above and beyond and label those. So I would have 1 out of 8. Okay, this would also be 1 out of 8. If you're having a hard time getting those numbers with the drawing tool, remember you can always come with this text box as well. And you can say, well, 1, and then enter and put an 8, and then come back in make sure that's small, and get your fraction line like that if you're having a hard time getting these numbers looking nice. Okay. All right, so then the next one is we are going to partition the shape to show thirds. Okay, remember, when you're partitioning a circle, this one's the hardest one. So you want to start in the middle and start a line going straight up. And this is the one that kind of looks like a peace sign. Okay, so this one comes out pretty wide, then out pretty wide, just like that. So I have 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. So my directions say, use a different color to partition the circle into 6 equal pieces. So green, I'm going to go blue. So think about what that might look like. So if I have 3 pieces, well, I know that if I cut this one in half, well, that one piece turned into 2. If I cut this one into half, this one into half. So now I've got, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pretty equal pieces. Again, label those if you're up for it. Oh, purple might look sweet. Okay, 1 out of, that one got away from me, 6 pieces. And this one, remember, that's not 2 out of 6 pieces. That's just 1 out of the 6 pieces. Okay, you guys are doing great so far. Remember, you're going to go on and do all of this on your own. So I think you're going to be great. If you need to come back to the video, if you forget about something, come back to the video and fast forward it to this part. I'll go back to the music AC/DC part and pump yourself up for fractions again if you need to. Okay, naming fractions. We're almost there, guys. So it says write the shaded amount as a fraction of the whole. So if this is my whole, it's split into 3 parts, and 1 out of those 3 are shaded. So when I'm naming that fraction, I have 1 out of the 3 pieces shaded. My computer keeps alerting something there. Okay. So then, looking at this one, it has, let's count the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 out of those 8 pieces is shaded. So that would be 1/8. Okay. And then moving on to this next hole, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And it's looking like 5 of those 6 pieces is shaded. So my fraction there is, that 5 was not fantastic. Okay. So if it's hard to read a number, just go back and fix it or erase it. So this is showing 5 out of 6 pieces. Okay. And then this final one, I'm going to let you guys do on your own. It's the exact same thing. Write the shaded amount as a fraction of the whole. Okay, so your first thing you need to do is count how many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. 3 of them are shaded, so practice using that language. 3 out of 6 are shaded, and then show how that fraction would be written. 3 out of 6 pieces. These ones are for you guys to do on your own. I think that's all, guys. Okay. Good luck on your lesson. Have fun today. Okay. Should be a really good day. See ya.